The true history. Memory. What went wrong? The first weeks in the new world passed harmoniously. The newcomers, enchanted by the similarities between the worlds, quickly found a common language with the valley's inhabitants. The Boldiki and other species helped them settle in, sharing knowledge of this land. But soon a problem arose that no one had foreseen: the absence of night. In their native upper world, the light of the plants pulsed in a natural cycle, blazing at day and dimming at night. This defined the rhythm of sleep and wakefulness, deeply rooted in their existence. Here, however, the light was unchanging, uniform, as if time had stopped at noon. First signs of disruption. Initially, their bodies remembered the rhythm. They fell asleep when they felt an internal need. But with each day, this habit weakened. Some forgot to sleep until exhaustion set in. Others woke up disoriented, uncertain whether hours or days had passed. Their thoughts became less clear, as if a fog clouded their minds. Junu, who first noticed the change, gathered the newcomers. "Something is not right," he said. "Our bodies do not understand this world." Conversation with Boldiki. Junu went to the elder Boldiki to ask how they coped with the endless light. "We have never known darkness," they answered. "We sleep when we are tired without needing to wait for a change in light. But we understand your unease." The oldest of the birds, he who remembers, fell into deep thought. "Perhaps you must create your own rhythm. If you lack darkness, create it." The experiment. The newcomers began searching for a solution. Some covered their eyes with specially woven claws, simulating night. Others retreated to caves where the light was muted. Junu tried to introduce common rest periods to synchronize their rhythm. But it was not the same. Did they have to choose between their new home and their own nature? Unexpectedly, a breakthrough occurred. The Dualegs, during exploration, driven by the simple desire for development and knowledge, created ***, black smoke, ***. It was a surprise even to themselves, because the experiment they were conducting was not intended to achieve this expected effect. It was about gaining knowledge, step by step. Each new solution led them to the next question and, after a time, to the solution. The black smoke was created and was the result of seemingly innocent play with dew. The Dualegs were fascinated by water droplets, which in the light gave different hues depending on how they were observed. It was like a fascination. They couldn't get over their wonder, never having seen an object that changed its colors. They began combining droplets, observing and seeking changes relative to their initial perception. After combining 5 droplets of dew and exposing them to the full light of this world, black smoke began to emanate. It rose slowly upward, forming a cloud which, thanks to its density and color, cast a shadow beneath it. Because in this ecosystem wind occurred very rarely and was very gentle, the black cloud essentially stayed in place. Before it dissipated on its own, about half a day passed. The Dualegs noticed that this distinct darkening of a specific area could serve the newcomers as night. This way, the new inhabitants did not have to return to the external world. For a long period after inventing night, everything was perfect. The newcomers bonded with the locals and participated together in the daily life of this world. The Dualegs returned to their research on combining droplets. They added more, anticipating any unexpected result, which finally came. They thought that by adding more than 5 droplets, they would create a larger cloud, perhaps more intense in its dark color. And so it was when they reached a combination of 25 droplets. Then the cloud doubled in volume. At 40, something unimaginable happened. The cloud, until now silent, tore the space with a piercing roar, unlike any sound they had ever known. It was a pure, crushing sound of doom. Everyone was terrified. Panic ensued. No one had ever encountered anything like it before. Some began to flee as far as they could, but to no avail. Others stood in place, paralyzed, eyes wide with horror. Their minds, until now so capable, now failed, finding no instruction, no memory that could help them comprehend this apocalyptic scene. The sound pursued them, vibrating in their bones and filling their minds with emptiness. It could not be stopped. They had to wait for the cloud to disappear on its own, as had happened with the night cloud. The tension mounted until it became unbearable. At one moment a flash of sharp and bright light, white and hotter than the very center of the vault, shot out from the cloud and instantly struck the ground. The place it hit burst into flame. It was not the friendly glow of plants. It was a ravenous, living blaze that devoured everything it touched, leaving behind only black, smoking dust. The burning spread in every direction quickly and silently, and its soundless march, contrasting with the earlier roar, was terrifying in its inevitability. They didn't even try to fight it. They stood as if spellbound, watching their new, beautiful world begin to crumble. They had no idea what to do. This force was beyond their comprehension, beyond any program. No one knew what to do, whether it was even possible to stop the spreading catastrophe. It was the first such case since the creation of their world, and they felt completely powerless against it. And then something happened that they had been waiting for, though they did not expect it. The fire, devouring everything in its path, finally reached the wide bed of the stream. The water, which until then had been the source of life, now stood as an impassable, unplanned barrier. The river delta did not allow it to spread further. Everything finally ceased. The fire burned out what it had met and went out. The cloud finally dissolved. For several more days no one returned to that region. Everyone was afraid. This was the first moment when fear was summoned into this world. As emotions began to subside, everyone started returning to their former places and activities. Life slowly began to return to normal, though not the same as before. Life in the scorched plants returned to the burned terrain. The trace of the destruction remained only in memory.